Hello and welcome to Broken Entertainment. So this week, week and a half, we've been covering a lot of kind of negative news and entertainment, and I don't like to always focus on that. And a friend of mine was reminding me that I have kind of overemphasized that a little bit as of late. So I wanted to pick something that is doing well and is a good example either of storytelling or of understanding your fan base or what have you. So I went perusing through the internet and found one of the new trailers for Total War Warhammer 3, and we'll go ahead and take a look at it. I'm going to let it play. I'll pause it occasionally. And I think it's definitely falls into that category of something that really knows what it's doing. And the Total War Warhammer games have been spot on from the beginning. They're fantastic games to play. They really nail the lore. They really understand the setting and the passion the people have for it. And it's refreshing, to be honest. Especially even in video games. A lot of stuff lately has kind of missed the point. And they have absolutely nailed it again, but we'll go ahead and play.
Kislev. The motherland has turned her back on us. Exiled to a wasted land. Brothers and sisters betrayed. Whilst the meek cling to power. Is it just?
So I want to start here. They've nailed the feeling of Kislev. And if you're not familiar with Kislev, yes, it's based on Russia. They are probably the worst place to live in the Warhammer setting, if I had to pick one. A lot of other places have problems. Kislev is the first place to get hit by every single major chaos invasion. So they know suffering, they know death, they know what it's like to be under siege all the time. They repeatedly have to rebuild their civilization. And you really, already in this trailer, you get that feeling. And it's very easy for companies making games and so on to miss that and to not really understand the source material, but that this reads and feels like it was made by people that not only played the game but love the lore.
To be the bulwark the world relies on? Does it make us weak? Endless loss.
I'm going to go back here. So one of the criticisms of the Total War Warhammer games is that Chaos has not been a very good faction to play as, and a lot of people made some mods that have improved that a lot, but it really missed a lot of the flavor the first time around and the second time around. It's one of the few factions they didn't really get right. Just from this video, you can see that has changed. You have Chaos Lord here up front, of course, but the big signal of the change here, and I know this is just a trailer, but this is showing what's in the game. This is showing factions in the game. Look in the background. These are Warriors of Khorne. This is something we didn't have before. And they finally, Chaos is such a vital part of the Warhammer Fantasy setting, and it's great to see them not only just acknowledge that they didn't get it right the first two times, but fix the problem. Because you're getting those unique, God-driven units. You're getting those dedicated to specific deities, warriors, who are not just generic chaos, but driven by specific aspects of a specific god. Also, I love the story here, just in this video. We have a guy that starts out Kislev and then seeing everything laid to waste over and over again, and seeing what he views as weak people in power, he turns to chaos. And that's a common theme, that's a common story in Warhammer Fantasy. The power of chaos isn't in its individual fighters, it's not in the gods themselves, it's in the fact that they're able to corrupt otherwise good people and pull them to their side. Because a lot of people fold under the pressure, they fold under seeing everything they love torn apart over and over again, which is clearly what happens with this character. And they start off kind of on that path. Nobody's just dives into chaos usually. They start off on a path of like, I'm gonna fix this, and then all of a sudden they're leading an army to kill everyone.
Do we falter? We are molded by it. Forged hot against an anvil of ice.
So this is a critical moment in the storytelling of this trailer, and one of the reasons I really love this trailer over the other one. You have the narrator, who is shown initially as Kislev, then you see him as Chaos, marching against his own people. And as he narrates, and you get closer to him being Chaos in the rest of the trailer, you get this change in his voice. And it starts getting deeper, and it starts getting a little edgier and darker. And then he says, what he's saying initially clearly applies to Kislev. They're brought down over and over again. They're the bulwark the world relies upon, and it makes them strong. But when his voice switches over to essentially his chaos voice, listen to what he's saying.
Forged hot against an anvil of ice.
Now you could take that as, well, they're forged with chaos hitting them on one end and the horrible conditions of their homeland on the other. But what he's talking about now is that chaos, the warriors of chaos, are forging themselves against Kislev. That's your anvil of ice for the invasions to come. It's a brilliant switch. And then in this video, again, we see where they're resolving the issues that plagued Chaos as a faction before. You now have Demons of Khorne who've shown up. And now with Kislev, you're seeing the Bear Cavalry, which is just cool. We never got to see Kislev really on the tabletop, and seeing them treated so well is just another example of how much these people obviously care about the lore. Also, this thing's cool.
Consumes us.
That was his chaos voice again.
But from the fire, we rise again.
Just real quick, the skull, or the juggernaut of Khorne here in the background. Another unit that was missing in the previous two games that had to be modded in. Obviously we're going to see it here. And I think, I've been debating what these flying things are in the background. I think they're harpies, but I'm not 100%. Or they might be, you know what, they're probably furies. That's just cool. And again, the Bloodthirster. Again, another thing that just wasn't really there. And, these are the flavors of chaos. The individual units, the different demons, the different lords, the different cavalry, everything about it. Each god has their own individual flavor, and that just was not there. And in a lot of games, in a lot of movies and stories, you'd see them just push on and say, whatever, the fans are toxic, blah, blah, blah. Because fans complained about that a lot. But they're fixing it. They're admitting their mistake and they're resolving it. I'm ready to buy it. I was gonna buy it anyway, but I'm ready to buy it again. It's wonderful to see somebody treating a property with respect, and its fans with respect. So let me know what you think of the trailer. Let me know if you're excited about Total War Warhammer 3. Hell, let me know if you're a Warhammer fan in the comments down below. Hit the like button if you liked the video. If you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. Hit the bell for notifications, and I will see you next time.